like last time, when I started talking to myself when the camera was off, now I knew that it cut. That always happens. Damn. But anyway, as I was saying, there was a clip when I talked about Shador, and this is also obviously continuation of halftime, as they're taking halftime as well. There's a clip where I said, "Hey, I know Shador can make this read," and I and I obviously talked about why Shador isn't starting prior to this camera turning off. The stream's still up, so you can go um back one video. But I think if you want to, like, if I'm Stefanski and let's assume I'm in his mindset, I don't want to start Shador no matter what the reason is. I promise you it's not football. It could be, but assuming that I'm in his um shoes and I know, hey, I have a quarterback who I have to change my defense, my scheme, my offense for a handful much, and I know he can't throw deep. He missed 2 touchdowns in this half, and I just explained one again in the last video. And if I first off, I would have to install those plays, and as I said in the prior video, install more RPOs and jailbreak and screens and more quarterback designed runs and more boots, um, which obviously the Cleveland Browns, they're calling a lot of drop back passes. I don't think Stefanski is addressing the fact, like, the reason why he's failing with multiple quarterbacks, he's treating Joe Flacco like Gabriel Dillon, like Pickett, like he's everyone's the same. I don't think that's a good way to approach it. Like you see Gabriel, he's all drop back passes, runs. Sure, the runs. Obviously, they open it up for him to scramble on drop back passes, and some RPOs sprinkled in. It's not like Stefanski isn't like a how do I say it? He isn't like embracing the fact that he has X type quarterback, Y type quarterback. The X type quarterback and the Y type quarterback are all X quarterbacks or whatever variable you want use. And I think that's wrong. Is he adjusting? Obviously, he can't. Is he adjusting a little by little? Sam, hey guys, what's up, man? So, appreciate you guys tuning in. So, as I was saying, obviously I talked about why Shador isn't starting. I can say it again, it's a flag here. It's because if Shador started, after Monday morning, Stefanski would wake up, he would find 20 different reports online. Dion says Stefanski should use Shador this way. Shador's mom in this camera in this stadium with a camera, and then Shiloh YouTube video. It just stuff. Just um, I'll explain after this. Close formation against middle field close cover one. Gabriel looks left, looks right, bad quarterbacking, and overthrows, not overthrows, but underthrows a split uh, flat that gets tackled, lost for three. Um, Bad quarterbacking, I say, because as a coach, you don't want your quarterback looking left, right. That's just putting him in a bad position. Yes, he could make a throw. Yes, he could make a positive play. But as a offensive coordinator, and by the way, every 7 people in the chat, most I've ever seen in my life. This is my play sheet. Did I show it? This is oh my gosh, play sheet I have in front of me. Aspiring OC here. Um, Gun formation, tight, nasty, runs the ball on an RPO, inside zone split, lost for gain of 1. So as I said, the reason why Shador isn't starting is because He would see multiple reports, non-related to Shador, by the way. It's just outside distractions. And then Prime would start criticizing the Browns and the coaching, and then distractions. XYZ was in the game, and yeah, that's why. So he's embracing, and obviously they're using signals like it's college for Gabriel Dillon. Drop back pass, trips left formation, rolls out and throws it into triple coverage, incomplete, and it's 4th and 9. Get off the field. Patriots are back on the field. Um, as I said, the reason why, and it was, so they used a number which is like similar to college how they call plays. And I explained at halftime, when it was halftime, I went up to the board and explained how Dylan Gabriel isn't, why Gabriel isn't looking downfield. He missed 2 touchdowns in the first half. You can see how, um, so, and I'm gonna say this again because there are more people in here now. It's not zero this time, thankfully. Um, Stefanski isn't embracing the fact that he has Gabriel as a quarterback. He's treating and they go into break here. He's treating Joe Flacco like Gabriel, like any other quarterback, and I don't think that's correct. He may be evolving the offense. I think he's supposed to be evolving the offense to Gabriel, knowing that my quarterback is a RPO god who doesn't look downfield. Um, and I explained it on the scouting report video I did. Go check that out. But it's insane how I'm surprised how he's dealing with the quarterbacks. He may be evolving the offense a little by little as the season progresses. Maybe I don't really see that. I expect it to be happening. I mean, he's supposed to be doing that, but I don't know. I don't see him using the quarterback in a proper way. Now, in my breakdown, in the film breakdown I released in the last videos, yes, he's calling right plays and Gabriel is messing them up. He's missing reads. He doesn't look deep. As I explained on the board at halftime, his eyesight is very limited, and he did that in Oregon as well. I mean, I watched a ton of college football, and he almost won a Heisman because of that, and because it works, and because he used it where he works when he transferred. Um, and he almost won a Heisman because of it, and it doesn't work in the NFL to a certain extent. I think at his peak, so let's say Stefanski maximizes Gabriel Dillon, he uses the correct offense, and I does whatever I said during the first half. Best case scenario, they don't make the playoffs, and they're a team that's so good to draft high, and at the same time too bad to like rebuild and change stuff. So, and I go further in depth in this situation in the 46-minute scouting video I released, which I took days to make. It was insane. Hey Shay, welcome back, man. Thank you, man. So I hope you didn't miss where did you leave? I can keep you updated on what I explained and the call plays I called. I called plays. Did you see my play sheet and like in front of me? I just like, if you're interested. So you can see as I'm explaining how they're addressing Myles Garrett better than the Miami Dolphins did. Except it's not obviously you can't neutralize him, but like I explained in my 46-minute scouting video how they move him. So they have the best defensive player in football, rookie, and then they have Miles Garrett. You either send them both, and I explained how they do this. They move him and they collapse the pocket, or they move him to the side to force the quarterback to throw across his body. I explained all that in the video I did prior. So let's get back into the game real quick. Trayvon Henderson, the quarterback, halfback out of Ohio State, is back in the I formation here. Tight seems cover one, halfback toss, and they run it again with Trayvon Henderson. And it's a good play against cover one. You see the outside cornerbacks shaded inside. I remember how I explained this. I think I explained this during the Tennessee Titans film breakdown or the Tennessee Titans scouting report. Anyway, I explained how the outside DBs, when they're shaded inside, you run a halfback toss and you get past that level, and just great execution by Trayvon Henderson. Great play call by Josh McDaniels there. Great execution. You got single back formation out of a middle field close, and they run a halfback toss. Then he tosses back to the quarterback, and he throws a crosser against cover three, first down. What a play. So this is great. What a great play call. So it's a halfback toss, but except it's not a full toss. It's a fullback. It's a halfback half. It's a single back half toss right. Z over. A flea flick Z over. So basically they half toss it. Let me draw it real quick. Before they're back, they run another halfback toss. Okay. So the play was, what was it? Single back. This is the quarterback, right? This is the halfback. This is Trayvon Henderson, the T. They hand it off. They not hand it off. So it's a half toss. So remember when they ran the full toss last time? It's a half toss, and then when he tosses it, the quarterback comes here. So he's here, right? And then the halfback, who's here, he tosses it to the quarterback, and then the Z here on an over against cover three, and it's down the sideline. The cornerbacks came down, and then too late, hit this guy on the sideline against middle field closed, first down. And then, so it's first and goal. Single back formation against cover zero. Z zip by the Stephon Diggs, Z receiver, and it's a touchdown. It's a flat by the tight end. Touchdown, Hunter Henry. You see there how, okay, I didn't, if they replay it so I can explain it, but if they can replay it. Can you replay it? Thank you. Z, okay, so the X receiver, Stephon Diggs in a zip motion, Hunter Henry on a leak route, and just this, they use this, a extremely similar play call against the Steelers. It was against the Steelers. Yes, I streamed that game. It was their first touchdown or their second touchdown. One of them, either way, they used it. It was on the left side, I swear. I visualized it in my mind. It was the same play call. The X receiver, some kind of receiver motions, and then the tight end leaks from the opposite side. And that's a touchdown. And just great execution. So they go into break here. Obviously, the reason why I have this play sheet in front of me, is like, so I look at the plays, and then in my mind I choose a play, and then I make sure like it's just like it's just like instead of being recognized as an OC, I pretend I'm an OC right now. So I can basically, this sheet in front of me right here, I think I showed it way too much, like it's done. Anyway, I choose a play, so instead of saying the play, because I'd be giving my plays away, although I showed it just now, I would choose the play, and then it's like I'm calling it, it's like I'm calling it to the Patriots offense, except I'm not saying it. That's it, that's it, that's what it is. I appreciate you, K-Man, thank you so much. It means a ton, I promise. So, they're obviously still in break, but as I explained during halftime, I expect Stefanski to so now down, he's down 2 scores. So down 2 scores, you don't want to be in this situation because your quarterback is the type to he's an RPO god and he's a check down master. So I'm what am I doing? I'm heavy play action. Like I said this mid first half. Can we please like embrace the fact, Stefanski, embrace the fact that you're using quarterback Gabriel Dillon instead of treating him like Joe Flacco and using drop back passes. Let's actually um let's actually play action, utilize Judkins more. You saw him against the Miami Dolphins. Use play action, RPOs where he has the run option and the pass option. He also has the option to um run it himself, like keep it and run it himself, like it's a read option. He ran a ton of those in Oregon. Their OC, I forgot his name. He's a genius. One of my inspirations on the terms of offensive game planning for me. So they take it a kickoff. They take it to the 30. Cleveland. I expect now, knowing how the offense plays for the Cleveland Browns, do I expect them to get points out of this? No, I don't, because they're gonna try to get more yards on every play, knowing that they're down. And if they when they're playing comfortable, they barely get yards. So how do you think they're gonna play when they're kind of forcing Gabriel to get out of his comfort zone? So let's see how it is. Single back formation, single wing formation, middle field closed look, fullback motions, and then a gain of 1. And most importantly, for the Cleveland Browns, you see them how they play. I think the primary thing for them is to get obviously when I look not at the camera, I'm looking at this sheet I just show you guys. But the the offense here, if they don't get the run game going, they're in huge trouble. Like that's their primary thing to open up opportunities for Gabriel. But Gabriel run play action, throws it to a choice route that runs a hitch and gets 1 yard. Just like I said, do I expect them to get points out of this? No, I don't. So okay, I'm gonna call one of my plays for the Cleveland Browns here. It's 3rd and 7, knowing what the Patriots play, middle field closed. You got empty bunch, tight offset, 30 Hanks, level T, Texas. The T's on a Texas. He's going to take the linebacker, and you're going to hit the level on top of him. Please do that. And it's intercepted. Okay. I'm going to draw my play. It was a gun bunch spread and empty gun bunch spread play. I'm gonna draw it, and I'm going to draw it. Whoever is here, I'm going to draw it and prove to you it would have got the first down. It's middle field close, cover one man. Okay, so let me draw this. So this is the spread, and this is the bunch. This is the T tailback. This is the H. This is the Z. You got the H. Jesus Christ. You got the Y, and you got the X. So it was empty bunch spread 30. 30 is the protection. Levels T Texas. So this is an angle route. I call it a Texas. And what was on this side again? So you have this right here, right? So this is cover one. This is their defense. They had Robert Spillane. It was a nickel over defense. And you see here, this guy has to choose. This guy has to choose here. This slot, say the slot is here. He's going to be here. If he isn't and takes this, obviously it's cover one, so he's going to be manned up. This guy's a rat defender. You rip this on the break, or you have this in the middle. This safety is going to move this side to help on this plays on this corner. Is it clear, by the way? Is it clear? Last time it wasn't. I mean, this is the first time I use a camera this clear, so because you can't stream on a phone after you get past 50 subs. So I hope you guys. Does this prove that it gets the first down? As I said, the Texas, and they throw. They're in the red zone, the Patriots, and they get at the 1 yard line. They throw a quick slant against a cover zero or a cover one. I don't know. It was man coverage. I didn't see I just came. So inside shaded receiver, he jabs out and comes in. Obviously, it's Stefon Diggs, so of course he's gonna pull out that great move. But going back to my play, I hope you got for the Cleveland Browns. If Gabriel would look here, it would have got the first down. This or this would have got the first down. Instead, he throws an interception on a bad play call. And this right here that I called, which was, what was it? Where is it? 11 personnel. Empty bunch, was it? No, it wasn't this. Where is it? Empty bunch, spread 30 Hanks levels T Texas play. I just drew that I called prior to Gabriel throwing the interception, and then I drew it and I proved that it gets the first down. I hope you guys are convinced it does get the first down, but I mean, I'm surprised. Like, wow. I don't know. Like, why are the offense for the Cleveland Browns like this? And when I break down film, I saw, yeah, sometimes it was on Stefanski, sometimes it was on Gabriel. Sometimes it was Stefanski not putting Gabriel in the best position, but most of the time I say, it was Gabriel messing up Stefanski. If you watched my prior video on the offensive breakdown in the film, you see how Gabriel would miss wide open reads. And if you were here for the first half, when he missed 2 touchdowns, I explained on the board how he missed those 2 touchdowns and how his eyesight is extremely limited. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, it's just a quarterback and a coach that aren't aligned. And there's not aligned in terms of new to each other, and then there's aligned in terms of this guy's plays don't match this guy's quarterbacking. There's a in terms of how I see it as a head coach. There's there's coaching and quarterbacking not being on the same page in terms of the two being so new to each other. Hey Zypher, what's good, man? I'm sorry. I was explaining on the board and talking when you talked when you explained. I'm so sorry, man. But as I was saying, what was I saying again? Okay, wide rip for motion, and it's a touchdown by the Patriots here. Y rip motion, which means the Y motions across the formation. Yeah, what I'm talking about, this Cleveland against Patriots team game. I'm uh, I'm breaking it down and from a coaching standpoint. And what I also do is I have plays here. You see this? This is my play sheet. So I'm an OC, aspiring OC. Okay, my dream is to be an offensive coordinator. And I study plays. I have this offensive database, and I do these live streams to break it down from a coaching standpoint. And then I also do scouting report videos if you want to check out my videos and how I break down personnel and percentages like a defensive analyst, an offensive analyst, and then it's insane. It's 46 minutes. You don't have to watch it all. You can just see the beginning, the slides, and then the film at the end if you want. Insane. I appreciate you, Zypher, man. Thank you. You can see my film breakdown as well. I see a lot of film breakdown on YouTube, and it gets my blood boiling. Like, no disrespect, everyone, no exceptions. Everyone who breaks down film on YouTube, or maybe some exceptions. Yeah, some exceptions because there are NFL players who have YouTube channels, but they break down film like so horrible, like it's insane, and they get 30K views and stuff, and I'm looking at it like if an NFL staff saw you breaking down film like that, he would literally break you. Like I'm like no offense, but oh my gosh, like and then I make my own videos to prove my what I bring to the table to be an OC someday, but I do it. I take it to a next level. So if you want to check that out, deeply appreciated. So what was I explaining prior to this? Oh yeah, I was explaining how there's two things. There's a coach and Stefanski for the Cleveland Browns, not hey X2 2XQ, appreciate you, man. What's good, man? So as I was saying, as they're kicking the ball off here, there's a thing where the quarterback and the coach don't match, and they're not on the same page because they're new to each other. And then there's another entire situation where you have the quarterback and coach not on the same page, which is why and they're bad because this guy's plays are super don't fit this quarterback. So Gabriel equals Joe Flacco equals whoever for Mike Stefanski, or Kevin, excuse me, is his name. And I don't like that. And when I called this play, I hope you guys were in here. I called this play. Gabriel threw an interception, and prior to the interception, I called a play from my play sheet here, and this was the play, and I called it out and drew it, and Gabriel threw an interception, and I explained on the board. I went up and drew how it would have got the first down and put Gabriel in a better position to succeed. Right now, there are a lot of other situations where Gabriel is being put in a great position, and he messes everything up. I appreciate you, X2 2XQ, man. Thank you so much. So uh so as I explained in the film breakdown, how Gabriel misses reads, and then how I explained in the first half how Gabriel's eyesight is so limited, and then how hey Viren Kamachi 30, thank you, man. How are you doing? So empty formation by the Cleveland Browns here. T return motion by the tailback, and then throws a curl route against one cover. It's middle field closed here. He saw the middle linebackers. He tried to he ran a hitch. So he ran a hitch, and then this is a common thing. Who did it? Who did it? I was watching film. The Kansas City Chiefs. They did this last week. It was against a one cover, and this is basic, but like in terms of like copying, I picked it up. It was a hitch, and then you bring a crosser from above, and you high low Robert Spillane, the middle linebacker, and you just rip this without high lowing. So that's proving my point to how Gabriel eyesight is very limited. He just ripped the hitch. So you hit, so he plants his foot into the ground and then he rips it. That's good. I like that. But I like that if they're like 10-yard curls on the outside. So I have a play like this here. I'll call it. Oh, I don't want to call it because I'm a Patriots OC. But although I called this for the Cleveland Browns, you know what? Whatever. I'll do it. So obviously, they run the ball, and Robert Spillane runs through the B gap. Yeah, makes the tackle for loss. It's 3rd and 5 here. Tight offset formation against cover 4. Indeed, it is cover 4. He looks left and throws another hitch, and it's 4th and 1. 4th and 1. He barely got that. And again, his eyesight is very limited. He just throws like look how Gonzo, he shows cushion there. Okay, I think I know why he threw that hitch. I'll explain it on the board 1 second. So this is the play that would have got them the first down here. It was a tight offset. So this is the Y, this is the X, and then you got this. So what happened was, this guy was on a drag. No, this guy was on a drag. This guy was on a drag, and this guy was on a hitch. Gonzo showed cushion, so he backed off, and then the middle linebacker was here. So what would you expect? You would expect this man to be on this guy, and then you would expect the middle linebacker to be here. But instead, the middle linebacker went to this, and the corner got this, and then that's why Gonzo, being the better player here, made the play. Just great play by them. He knew that Gabriel would go low and made the play. So Gabriel throws deep for the first time in his life and throws an interception. He throws deep for the first time in his life and gets intercepted. Bro, what was I saying? I hope you guys weren't here for the first half when I said his eyesight is limited and I explained all that. He throws deep for the first time in his life. Literally, he rolls out and he throws deep to a doubled deep post and gets intercepted. Okay. X2, it's an iPhone 15 I got as a gift. In the videos, remember when I was saying, please sub because I can't sub with this phone until I get to 50 subs? Well, yeah, this is the first week with 50 subs. So I can finally use this. Prior to this, I was streaming videos, live streams, excuse me, with my horrible camera. I think you saw that. It was very bad. It was like the board would barely show. Then I would show these scouting reports. Wait, let me get them. I want to show. By the way, I want to show also. Did you guys see this? I showed it way too much this video. This play sheet I have. So I want to show you guys this as well. Wait. So, something I wanted to do in my streams, and thank me for reminding me. You know how in my 46-minute video I do scouting reports and percentages and all that, and then game plan against that? Well, you might be wondering, how did you get those percentages? How do you, well, obviously, watch film, and then now that I have a great camera, I can show it finally, because I used to show it and it wouldn't show clearly. Wait. Here it is. So this Raiders against, where is it? So this is, for example, can you see it? Dolphins versus Browns. And then this is the scouting report. I go play by play. And then you have all this. Like all this. Like all this. Like it goes on and on. And yeah. That's how I get the numbers in my videos. That's how I scout. So finally they come back from break here, 23-7, the New England Patriots. Thank you, man, so much, X2. That I hope like thank you for acknowledging this so much, man. Like it means a lot. So yeah, they come back from break. Obviously, Dylan Gabriel, throwing deep for the first time in his life, gets intercepted. It's crazy. He threw a skinny post and he got intercepted. It was doubled. And as I said, he always throws short to intermediate, and I explained why. Now the Patriots, all they have to do is um, chew more clock. So I form single back formation against the middle field closed here, man. You see the cornerbacks tighten up with the receivers, and you see the cross motion by the running back, and they get 1 yard on the play. Okay, can we line up? Okay, single back again against one cover, same analogy, except the defenders, the outside cornerbacks are out, so they're shaded inside now. And Vrabel calls a timeout. Head coach calls timeout. Okay. Okay, they're back on offense. Gun tight offset, the tight end offset motions, cross motion by the running back again, and this time it's blown up. The run is blown up for 2. Cross motion meaning the 2 running backs cross him, and then you don't know who's getting the ball. And he hopefully tries to fake out the defensive line, fake out the the 3 tech. Which was the defensive tackle who was facing the outside shoulder of the guard who they were running to. So Drake May throws deep and almost gets intercepted for himself, but this time it's a flag. I think this is DPI. This has to be DPI, right? Yeah, it is. It is. I was like, yo, he's not gonna make that stupid dumb mistake. That he threw it was a deep cross, and he got grabbed at as he was running, and then the trailing middle linebacker caught up, so he was doubled, and I was like, no way he throws to a doubled player like that. Okay. Drake May takes off in the pocket and gets a chunk of yards. He should have done this way more. This game obviously being cover 1, them being a heavy man coverage team, and I knew this coming into the game. Obviously, if you watch the video, the video, 46-minute video, I told you guys I'm expecting this, and indeed, so I wish he ran the ball more with his legs. Obviously, he did perfect this game. I'm just saying, like, at the beginning of the game, it would have kind of gave him this huge lead earlier, but it's all good, man. Gun formation against a too high shell. Throws it against cover 4, throws a fade insane dot. Insane dot. It wasn't a fade, it was, excuse me, seam down the middle. And the safety was on with the tight end one-on-one. Touchdown Patriots, they make it 29-7. So you see how the running back chips the defensive tackle and goes out. That was just like nah. So the reason why he did that, and I'm gonna explain the play now, but the reason why the running back went from uh blocking to chipping to rolling to moving out is because they only sent 4, and I keep saying this, but in my scouting report I said on third downs they send 4, and indeed they do here. It's not like it's every time, but like this time, that percentage kicked in, and you can see how they ran a fade, and it got in its touchdown. And something I touched on the in the first half, I said, past these two defensive linemen, it's horrible. The DBs, and you saw that, like, the cornerback got burned, like, on a fade mid route. So it's like horrible. Like, the quarterback knew that he was gonna throw the fade um faster than usual. And if it's not, like, as I said, if it's not the two, Mason Graham and Miles Garrett, who they line up either side, it's like it's not good for the Cleveland Browns. Like, they're so dependent on the rush 4. They're so dependent on the rush 4, and sometimes if it's not coming in, they rush 5, which exposes them even more, unless the team they play is horrible, which in this case it isn't. I mean, that's why it's 30-7. They depend heavily on their front 4. As I explained in that 46-minute scouting video, they depend on the 4. They utilize the hell out of Miles Garrett by lining him up here and here, and I explained when, why, what on all of it, and they depend heavily on it. And if it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, they're screwed. And it doesn't work, like, against good teams. It doesn't work 95% of the time. Like, you're a bad team depending on your forefront and depending on sim pressures, occasional sim pressures and occasional dog blitzes. Like, that's bad. Knowing that you're sending 4 out of a nickel personnel, like, 90% of the time, or whatever the percentage I calculated in the video was. What was it? 70 something, 71 point something, 72 point something. But either way, they rush 4 out of that, and they're so dependent on it. So it's not like they're rushing 4 and playing good coverage. No, they're rushing 4, hoping that one of the two, Mason Graham or Miles Garrett, get home somehow. Just very bad defense. Gun bunch tight end. Z-zip by the motion. Number 18 receiver. Becomes a Z outside. Throws left to the quick angle route by a running back who runs a Texas. Remember when I explained the Texas here? Like 20 minutes ago or something? Yeah, they run it now, except worse, because one, there was no levels above it. So it was just like the T all by himself. Like he was in the backfield and he ran a T all by him. Like no clear out routes, no nothing to high low. And my play is heavily dependent on like pure progression and high low. But here it was like stock, like all by itself, like no support on the route. Like I don't understand. Like they're like legitimately. And if you like in the video where I explain the Titans protection, I explain my protection against their protection. I emphasize on like I'm surprised how how some play calls are called in the NFL by real NFL coaches, and this is one of them. Like I'm mind blown by these. Like I'm mind blown by how real NFL minds take these decisions. So T out motion here to empty the backfield against this man coverage. He wants to throw a quick hitch. You can't change what you're doing, bro. Like, what are we doing? How do NFL minds call these type of stuff? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm mad because they're running like one route plays is what I'm trying to say. One route plays. It's throw this hitch, throw this Texas. Let your quarterback be a normal quarterback and just 1, 2, 3 go through his progressions. He's not going through progressions. Next Sunday, Lions against Vikings. They're hyping it up like it's last year's Vikings or Lions. Wow. Dude, I lost my voice. I lost my voice, man. So you see on the play, so they're repeating it. Okay, first off, they're repeating it. That's crazy. It's 2nd and 10. Remember how I said he ran a hitch? He ran a hitch, so he stops, and then the throw comes in like this. So you tell me how blind Gabriel Dillon is. He threw a hitch, a 3-yard hitch. So it's not. It's like a 3-yard hitch, and he throws it like far away from him. Like what is that? Wow, you can't throw a 3-yard hitch. I just said your eyesight is limited, but I didn't know um well, I did know his quarterback capabilities were limited as well, but like damn, bro. Like damn. I don't understand that. Genuinely don't. I So by the way, I wanna change the bro, I have to change the um or you know what, I might do it later. The thumbnail on the live. No one knows what this is about, maybe? I mean, I thought of it when who came in and asked what was I doing. Someone came in and asked what I was doing, so I think I should have changed the thumbnail by then, but I forgot I was talking and okay. I'll do it after the video. Views don't really mean a lot. I'm getting low views anyway, so. I mean, they do, but I mean, it's like I don't have time to like do thumbnails and like what goes into YouTube. I'll talk about this until they come back. What goes into YouTube is you have to create a good thumbnail. You have to do this, you have to do that. But I don't have time to do that. I like my time from 6:30 to 11 p.m. is watch film breakdown, or study my plays. I'm doing one of those three. I promise you won't catch me creating a thumbnail. If you catch me eating, I'll do it for 5 minutes. Just I don't have time for any like doing a thumbnail slash eating slash anything that's not one of the three things I talked about. And obviously it's cover 4, gun formation, trips left. Gabriel Dillon looking middle, wants to throw it. He throws it to a flat route who's waiting on the sidelines and gets a couple yards. I gets 4 yards for the first there, but you can see how. So why did the flat stay on the sidelines all by himself? Because it was a trips, right? So the trips, the two guys next to the Y, so the H and the Z, they moved vertical. The cornerback and the slot matched onto those two, and the Sam linebacker on that side, he was in a hook zone, and he made the tackle, but like he was wide open on the sidelines. Gun Y trips formation this time. It's Y trips, and Gabriel steps up and runs it himself. I like seeing that. I wish you increase more of that, but you're down by 30 right now, so yeah, too late, I guess. So anyway, as I was saying, if it's not film breakdown, if it's not scouting an opponent, if it's not studying my offensive plays, it's a waste of time. I don't care what it is. Or live streaming, doing these. Even these, I don't know if they're a waste of time. I don't know, but if it's not one of those, like I'm wasting time, and I never waste time. So I'm usually alone here doing one of those. Cover 4 in the red zone here. You see how they match? Wow, they bagged the fuck out of him. Wow. Like, I don't like that play call in the red zone. You could utilize read options, knowing that you have Judkins in the backfield, a great running back, knowing that you have a running quarterback who runs, who's notorious for running. Like, these plays, like, I wish Stefanski would install them. As I said, he's not shaping the offense around Gabriel. It's like Joe Flacco's at behind center. No difference. It's but bro, they both have different skill sets. They're both different people. And look what he does on 2nd and 10. Throws a 1 yard hitch. A 1 yard hitch, literally. He ran 1 yard forward, he stopped. And now it's 3rd and 6. It was 2nd and 7, it's 3rd and 6. They're in the red zone, it's cover 4, easy cover 4. It's cover 2, and Gabriel rolls left and wants to throw it. He throws it to the seam. There was a seam route, so there was a seam route here. So pretend the end of the board is the end of the end zone. You run here, it's cover 2, a safety moves this way, post snap. I thought it was cover 4. Assume that, but post snap, as a quarterback, you see this, you see it's cover 2, but you don't throw this. And he does throw it. And Hawkins bats it. He doesn't intercept it because it was high anyway. So it was a high throw anyway. Now they're showing cover one easy. Now they're showing cover four. And indeed, it is cover four and it's of a flag. It's a flag. What is it? Delay of game on the offense. Delay of game. And Stefanski obviously calling a new play here. Poor Brown fans. Putting the camera on Browns fans. Empty formation. Easy cover four look. You see man across the board. Too high shell. Indeed it is. He throws a fade and it's caught. No, he caught it out of bounds. So it was cover four. It was cover four. You got this cornerback and Jerry Jeudy, the X receiver. This guy matched on this. He threw it up real quick. And Gonzo doesn't let him catch it. Gonzo is the best cornerback in the NFL right now. So, of course, he's not going to let that happen. So, yeah, one-sided game as expected. And when in the first half, I hope you guys caught this. I said I'm surprised how it's not how it's not a one-sided game. I said that. I called it in the first half. I said I'm surprised how it's not I'm surprised how it's not a one-sided game. 2 quarters later, they make it a one-sided game. So yeah, as expected. I'm obviously not surprised because I scouted the hell out of the Cleveland Browns and I called plays and I'm impressed by how the Patriots approached this. Not at the beginning. I think the reason why they had a slow beginning was because Drake May was very surprised by how Mason Graham and Myles Garrett approached a quarterback like Drake May. Um, as explained in the scouting video. And then I think he addressed that great in an he addressed that in a significant way, in an obvious way, to me obvious, by getting the quick throws in. Stephon Diggs in between the zones, just finding those sweet spots and he doing that, increasing the time where the ball gets out of Drake May's hands, taking one-on-ones against one cover, just being accurate like that, play action. So play action to stop Myles Garrett and Mason Graham, getting the ball out quick. And third, what did I say was the third? Fades against cover one, which is how he addressed it. Obviously, it was a slow start, but he figured it out and addressed it in those 3 ways, and I like it how. Is that yo, you know what just, as I was talking, you know what they just displayed? A commercial with Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Drake May. I wish I saw that. Please repeat it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, please repeat it. So now what the Patriots are doing is they are running the ball. Just chewing clock. They're up by 30. Nothing too hard. Wow, passer rating is crazy by Drake May, how it climbed throughout the season. So Drake May sacked by Myles Garrett. Oh my gosh, Myles Garrett, as I said, the reason, look at Myles Garrett. He's man in man protection against the left tackle, who I don't even know. Who's the left tackle? Wait, that's 76. That's Morgan Moses. Wow. Anyway, he terrorized him and got the sack. Ramondre chipped him, but he didn't chip him. Like he did a chip, like he did this, but he did it like next to him, so he missed him. So he didn't even touch Miles. Not like it would have affected him. I mean, he's a freak of nature, but like, look, he's single-handedly making the Browns be a horrible team, not the worst team in the league. Like the Browns should have been the worst team in the league and should have had 0 losses, but they only have. But now it's like Myles Garrett takes them from rock bottom to a little bit up, and the fact that a defensive end does that to a whole team is crazy. Knowing that they have the worst secondary, the worst offense. And there's a commercial State Farm where they have a defensive tackle as a security guard. Wow. With a stop sign. Wow. So yeah, I might turn off the stream. I need to go back to work. Obviously, they're still on commercial. Back to, back to what am I supposed to be doing now? Let me check my schedule. Here's the schedule I have. Here's the camera. Schedule. Does it show or is it, I bet it's flipped. But anyway, it's 10:36 from 10:36 to 11 from 6 p.m. to 11 I usually study plays, but every Sunday is different, right? Cuz there's a game from 8 to 11. So I study plays 6, 7, 8 and then turn the stream on as quick as possible, and now turn the stream off, study the plays until 11, go to sleep, wake up 6:30 a.m. I might get a head start by turning the stream off now, but it's a gun formation against a one coverage. Safety rolls down to the strong side. He goes back up, the safeties flip, and it's a cover 4. And Gabriel quick throws a drag route. And before he didn't look at the coverage. He didn't look at anything. He saw the drag. The drag took 2 steps. Bang. Hit the drag. Again, you see cover 4. Gabriel in a trips right formation out of gun. He throws a halfback hitch, which is like he runs this way and stops. It's the same analogy. He's been throwing hitches all game. He's down by 30. I don't know. Like, I don't understand this offense. I know they're down, but I was criticizing like this even before, like when it was a close game, and Wow. He throws a touchdown. Gabriel Dillon just threw a touchdown, and I'll explain it now. He threw a touchdown to double coverage, and David Njoku, oversized freak tight end, just grabs it. So it's too high. He runs a post. Um, wow. Wow. Let me explain. So, um, here it is. The tight end. This is the Y. The Patriots were in a cover 4. So this is how it is, right? This guy runs a post, right? He gets over this guy and then throws it, and then this guy's on him. It somehow goes through this guy, and like it's like you guys are, this is insane how he fits it in. It's just so lucky. This guy's all over the tight end, and then this guy it's a hair away from being intercepted, and then this guy can make the tackle, but instead he grabs it out of the air, and it's insane. What a blind throw by Gabriel Dillon there. That's just desperation. I know you're down by 30. I explained how I would change. Like if I was the Cleveland Browns OC right now, hypothetically, I would know how to fix this team. Like I'm surprised how. And the reason why I say that, not taking away anything from myself, but I would embrace the fact that Dylan Gabriel is my quarterback. I I I think I repeated this already, but Stefanski is treating Gabriel like Joe Flacco, and I don't like that at all. And I think that's the reason why Gabriel is not good right now. Now, is Gabriel a huge reason why Kevin Stefanski looks bad right now? Yeah, it showed on film that I broke down film and it showed. But at the same time, both are faulty here. It's not like it's all Dylan sucks. No, it's not, bro. Like you can put a quarterback like Dylan who doesn't look deep and who sucks, and you can put him in a good position. Because he was being put in a good position at Oregon, and I know that's college football, but you can you can shape the offense like that by installing RPOs and installing RPOs where there's a read, run, pass, and um, quarterback run option. So there's 3 options. You can install triple options, more play action, more halfback tosses, more quarterback design runs, just stuff of that nature. Um, and just embrace it. Take his strengths, list his strengths, the run, pass, RPO, um, run it himself, and he's a lefty, so I would take that and build around that as opposed to because it looks like I'm looking at it. Obviously, I'm looking at it and watching the film prior to this game. I watched Miami. I watched Green Bay. It's like and I watched Miami in the game, and Miami and Green Bay and LA. It was LA. Yeah, I was like, what? I didn't watch. It was LA. It was the preseason where Gabriel started, and Gabriel's being treated like any other quarterback. Like in other words, he's not being treated like he was being treated at Oregon, and not being put in the position to flourish and maximize him, although that maximum isn't that much. But I mean, you can tell um, if he's utilizing his quarterback strengths or not. So, and obviously the Patriots are just picking on them right now. They're just trying to do anything and waste clock. So 8 minutes, and it's 8 minutes, fourth quarter, 3rd and 2, 30-13. It's a tight offset spread look out of gun, and if that's a catch, no, it's not a catch. I was gonna say, um, it's a gun spread tight offset look out against a middle field closed, and you see how Stephon Diggs runs that pump route is what I'm gonna call it, which is a double move, like a lightning bolt. And he gets open by um by pushing the cornerback. He tried to get away with it and he's laughing now. They throw a flag OPI. And he caught it, but like he caught it, he didn't tiptoe correctly, so. But the idea, but I brought it up and explained it like this because Drake May literally turned his back a bit, so he tilted, he threw it up, like chucked it up, and it was so accurate. So great play there, middle field closed, the cornerbacks were shaded inside, and the safety helped the strong side over there. And now going to the next play, it's a flag, I think it's a false start. No, it isn't an false start. It's a DPI. Wow, what are these guys doing with PIs right now? So Stephon Diggs OPI. Next play, Stephon Diggs DPI. And so before so this game obviously is over 30-13. But I'm going to explain for my at the end here why the Patriots started slow, and then how and why the Cleveland Browns didn't utilize that, and then how it's now 30-13 as opposed to the Patriots looking like they're gonna lose the game at the beginning. So obviously the Patriots started this game. Now before this play, I'm just gonna why rip motion by the tight end, I form, halfback toss right against a middle field close look, and Hendrickson is his name. He gets 10 yards on it. The slot cornerback missed the tackle and it went for 10. So why did the Patriots start slow? It's because of what I explained in the scouting report, how Mason Graham and Myles Garrett are both collapse the pocket when they align inside, and then when they move Myles Garrett to the outside to pressure from both ways and force Drake May to roll out and do something he doesn't want or throw across his body. And Drake May was slow to address that. The secondary was horrible all game, all season actually too, as I said. And I'll explain how Drake approached this, but how to the other side, why didn't the Cleveland Browns utilize that? Because Gabriel missed 2 touchdowns deep. He didn't look deep. He missed 2 touchdowns deep, and I explained them on the board in the first half. And he was limiting his eyesight, and it's like that. It's been like that ever since he started college football at Oregon, at wherever he was last time, and like all his life, that's what he was. He was an RPO god, and I explained in the scouting report video, and indeed it shows here as well for the millionth time how his eyesight is so limited, and it proved. And when I explained the 2 touchdowns he missed, when I explained the hitches he was throwing, and I raged over how the offense was operating, and the reason how the Patriots addressed this and went up made this a brutal game 30-13. Drake May addressed this problem, which he addressed. He addressed it late, but he addressed it effectively and correctly, and that's by throwing quick and by play action, halfback tosses. What else? He So I said quarterback runs. Not a quarterback runs. I wish it was quarterback runs. That would have made him address it faster, but it was play action. It was what was it? Play action, fades, throwing fades, and throwing quick throws against zone. So against zone coverage, he would throw quick. Against man, it was quick fades or play action, and against um, and he would also halfback toss and run. Because they were rushing for either lining up I explained it already, and yeah, they addressed it well, and utilizing the fact that the Browns suck on offense, they couldn't move the ball at all, and yeah, why they're up now. It's because they addressed the problem, and the fades weren't 50-50. They were more 70-30 because all of them were catches. The secondary is horrible. Um, what else? The secondary was horrible against zone. Stephon Diggs would be in every soft spot between the zones. Drake May would make every quick throw. It's just utilizing the fact that they're horrible in terms of secondary. They take pride in sending four, as I explained on film, and that's how it is. And the Patriots fumble at the 1 yard line. Wow. So, yeah, that's the game. 4:51, down 30. The running back just fumbled. Damn, that's what, the millionth time a running back fumbles this year for the New England Patriots. That's like the fourth to fifth time. And the defensive players on, bro, the defensive players for the Cleveland Browns are dabbing and hugging like they're not down 30-13. Wow, unacceptable. Just funny. They're dapping each other up and hugging like they're not down 30-13. Very funny. Okay, since the Browns are at their own 1 yard line, I'm gonna break this down. So they run a halfback dive. Is it a safety? Or is it at the 1? Yeah, it's at the 1. Wow, it's an inch from being a safety. That's crazy. They run halfback dive at the 1 yard line. And then they're in the single back wing. Again, fullback rip motion, play action, and throws it away. That has to be intentional, bro. Grounding. No one was there. Look, Vrabel's like screaming and doing this to the ref. That's intentional grounding. And then Wyatt Teller, he's like, look over there. He threw it. Like we had people running over there. Intentional grounding, safety. Yup, I called it safety. That's game. Appreciate you guys for watching. It's dumb as hell. He got so scared he threw it away and it's a safety. That's so dumb. Like, I don't get the coaching. I explained this all in my scouting report video, and I'm gonna emphasize it on it again before I leave. How is Dylan Gabriel being coached? Like, how, like, from the decision making I talked about all game to like, give your quarterback instructions. I feel like Great Gabriel's working by himself right now. Like, no quarterback in his right mind runs a halfback dive um at the 1 yard line. Okay? Knowing that the running game was horrible all game. All game. And they ran it, by the way, with their second running back. So if their first running back wasn't doing good, what was his name? Judkins. Then what do you expect from the second running back? They almost get safety on that play. Then the next play they run a play action at their 1 yard line, and Gabriel throws it 3 yards to absolutely no one. So he throws it to the right, and absolutely no one's on the right. And it's a safety. I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get the coaching. It makes me itch to be like, I mean, same as last week. Remember when I said I'm itching to be the Titans coach? Like I want to give them the decisions to of the value I offer. And it's the same here. I wish I could. I genuinely am curious. Would the things I say and the plays I called and suggestions I have and the film I broke down and the things I give away there and the from the things I said there to everything I said there, go watch everything, suggestions and the X's and O's I talked about there. Would they genuinely work for the Browns? Would they improve the Browns? I think so. I genuinely think so. I promise you I do. But there's one thing I would do before I teach anyone anything. I'm starting Shador Sanders. You have Shador and Gabriel Dillon. I'm not using Gabriel. No way in hell. No way in hell. I don't want an RPO god back there, bro. But that's how I would do it. Oh, and by the way, they onside kick and get the ball. That's crazy. As I'm talking, they get an onside kick and it's successful. The last time they ran a successful onside kick was 2016. But it's no use. Like, it's no use. Again, it's no use. What's the point? You're down 32-13. Look at the protection here. You look, it's a half slide right, and there's a will linebacker on the right side. Speak of the devil. What did I just say? I just said, would my decisions and my play calling and my coaching, whether it's what I said in this video or in the things I said in the scouting report video, would they work? Would I be a good head coach for the Cleveland Browns or an offensive coordinator or offensive staff? I don't know. I listen, I'm not going to answer. But then why am I finding solutions to every problem? I think that indicates that the answer is yes. And the first thing I'd do is start Shador. I mean, you have two quarterbacks in there. Both are mid, but you're gonna start the best mid, and that's all I got to say. See you guys next game. Gabriel's embarrassing himself out here as always. He scammed the NFL. 72% completion rate. Almost won a Heisman because his OC was a genius at Oregon. And Gonzalez is laughing at him mid-play and then post-play as well. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Peace.